Hey, everybody, wishing you a very Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays, but that's a blog for yet another time. It was 49 years ago that I first donned the red and white suit, usually worn by the most famous occupant of the North Pole. My sister was working in an assisted living facility at the time, and she said to me it would mean a lot to the residents if you were there to visit as Santa Claus. I had no idea what I was doing, especially since I had grown up in a Jewish household that didn't believe in Santa Claus and never celebrated Christmas. I'd never had the opportunity to go to a Jordan Marsh or a Jordan's Furniture or a Macy's to sit on Santa's lap. This was something that was brand new to me. I went out, I went to a party supply store and bought a really crummy suit. As a matter of fact, it had a cotton beard. I went to the home and I visited the residents and I was shocked. People in their 70s, 80s, and 90s were ecstatic to see Santa. Now, Santa Claus has absolutely changed over the years. People nowadays are very concerned with whether it's a real beard or a fake beard. There are some people that believe if it's not a real beard, you can't play Santa Claus. Well, I have to tell you, in the almost 50 years I've done this, I've never had a real beard. And frankly, it's not something that I want to do. I have no desire to start growing a beard in June, July, or August so it gets full enough and long enough to play Santa as a real beard Santa. It just wasn't something that I would particularly enjoy doing and not something that I felt necessary. You see, I'm one of those people that believe that Santa Claus is all about the person in the suit, not the beard, not the wig, none of that. It really is about the person who is playing the part. I have loved being Santa Claus over the years. Seeing those residents again in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, seeing their faces light up as if it was their first Christmas, was something that I will obviously never forget since it's almost 50 years later and I still remember it. As time went on, I made a return to that same home, and over the years, I've visited other homes. I've had the pleasure of visiting people's homes and doing private Christmas parties. I've even been given the awesome responsibility of being one of Macy's Santas for several years. It was a role that I enjoyed, and to this day, I still enjoy it. I got to put on the suit again this year and do one holiday party for a college. It is so much fun to see Christmas through the eyes of children. It is also amazing to have a child sit on your lap and look at you with this astonishment and wonder in their eyes. They really believe that you're the big guy from the North Pole. They love sitting there and telling you all about what's going on in their world. Yes, we talk about the presents, but we talk about so much more. I love to hear about their siblings and I love to hear about what's going on at school. And I always remind them to make sure their room is clean and be nice to their parents and their siblings, as well as, of course, their friends. It has been a real honor over the years to play Santa Claus. And it's something that, if you can tell by my voice, I really do love it. There are things about playing Santa that are not easy. Children that come up to me and ask for something in a different language. Unfortunately, I speak English and a very, very little bit of French, but not enough to carry on a full conversation with a child. I've had children that have sat on my lap and asked if I could get their parents back together or to make sure that somebody ailing in their family is healthy again. These are things that are unfortunately far beyond the control of Santa or somebody playing Santa Claus. But I truly enjoy the experience, and I hope that the people that have sat on my lap or had their children interact with me enjoyed the experience as well. I look forward to suiting up again next year for what will be my 50th year. Again, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.